that was the intro song for another YouTube Live. What's up, everyone? How are you doing? Good afternoon in the Netherlands, but maybe morning, evening, or night for you somewhere else in the world. I hope you have a good day. And yeah, we're gonna look at the charts for the upcoming hour, 50 minutes hour. I have to go. I have no options this time to say I'm here for 1 hour, but in the end I'm here for 2, 3, 4, 5 hours. I have to go because I have a speaking gig for the University of Amsterdam this afternoon. So I got to catch a train, travel to Amsterdam, and I have to be there on time. So this time we can't stick around for too long and chat, because my ass got to catch a train and eventually speak, and then later in the evening I'm back. Probably not gonna be able to upload at 7 p.m. and probably the video will be online at like closer to 8 p.m. I guess. But of course there's gonna be a video tonight, but the live stream will be like 50 minutes kinda, because in an hour I already have to be out of the door. So now that is cleared up and everyone knows. How are you doing? BitPhantom, what's up? Welcome first. Arbuzni Sok, what's up, mate? I'm doing very well. Your short, by the way, was great. And I still got the browser open with regards to the short, so I can show people as well. But also, if you would edit Arbuzni Sok, if you would change Elliott Waves with double T there, and what was the other thing that I said? And there's something else thingy. If you resend it, we can already check it. Maybe put it online, see what it does. I'm very impressed. Very impressed. Dawa, how you doing? Welcome. Good morning. Good question as well, by the way, in my DMs about Elliott Waves in combination with CVD divergences. Freddy, welcome. Hello again from Indonesia. Actually, I spoke about Indonesia this morning with my fiance because my family is talking about, hey, do we need vaccinations for South Africa when we go there for your wedding? And I don't know, because I've been I had vaccinations for all sorts of stuff when I went to Indonesia. So I never really had them specifically for South Africa. But welcome, man. You did miss the intro music. Ben, welcome. Liquid Mafia, what's up? What are your rings saying today? Nick K, how you doing? 50 minutes, timer said. Yeah, exactly. Gotta move. I gotta move. What's up, Errol? How you doing, man? John, good. Well, it's probably evening. Close to evening for you now in Australia. So what we're gonna do in today's video, today's live stream, is of course cover Elliott Waves. We're mainly going to be focused on this section here of the chart, and focus the analysis on this little bit, and then we go into chatting. Right, 10 p.m. Holy moly, it's much later than I expected. That is 10 hours difference. 9 to 10 hours difference. Holy moly. WXY and a wave Y. Yeah, let's see. I got some ideas here that I actually didn't share in the morning update, but I did share in silver, and I didn't share it in the morning update because of time. The video was just going to get too long. So yeah, we definitely have some stuff to cover. Of course, this many people have seen this now a couple of times, right? They know, but it's mainly the count and the idea here. Which is quite interesting. And of course, I'll check the group. So if you post something in the group, John, I'll make sure to put it on live stream later. Cool. Nearly 11 p.m. here. I mean, you two are from Australia, so it depends on where you live, I suppose. But 10 p.m., nearly 11 p.m. 9 to 10 hours time difference. So I will go very shortly about the stuff covered in the morning update, as not too much has changed, but I do want to zoom in closer to the stuff over here, because that is what I left out in the morning update, but what I actually spoke about in the in Discord earlier today. So which is the local time frame with the potential for one more low. I just said it shortly in the morning update. Like I shortly said, hey, not yet sure, right? This low over here could be the low absolutely for continuation in a C or a 3. but I do at least keep my mind open for potentially one more drop to take the low. And I just want to explain a little bit more about why that is. So let's go, no? Cover some stuff you already know from the morning, and then we deep dive. But for the people that haven't seen the morning update, or maybe it's morning for you because the last video was maybe night time in your time zone, let me just very quickly cover this stuff. So we will shoot through some of the scenarios here and then zoom in locally where we're going to spend most time. And then we go in chatting and the good stuff, right? Chatting and Q&A. So let's start. The both bullish actually and kind of bearish scenario, but it's labeled the bearish scenario because then the low is not yet in, is this one here, right? You've probably seen it already, A1, B2, C3, right? We don't yet know what we get. C to the upside, 3 to the upside, very much depends on the move to the upside, right? That's why both of the counts are on the chart. Common target for B in blue, common target for 2 in yellow, pulled from the low to the high. Preferably a low is made after the 0.382 fib time, taken from the low to the high. This low is made before. It's not that you have to take the low per se after the 382, right? You can also have a WXY and then wave Y doesn't take the low of W. That's fine as well. Another thing, however, is that this 382, usually a minimum target for a wave B as well as a wave 2, has not been hit over here. This low just missed out on hitting the 382 by a few dollars, which is not really something that I like to see, which does impact the probabilities of price coming down once more at a later stage to at least test this box. There's always the opportunity or the possibility it doesn't. That's why we react to what we see if price moves up, because there is the flat scenario, but potential continuation. More about that in a second. But currently probabilities would be higher to still see lower prices for a B or 2. Even if you grab the highs, we have the flat scenario, right? Which is the second folder here. Let me move this down because else my folders are too low in my object tree. So in this flat scenario, we will take the highs first, but then eventually move to the downside in a wave C. No? So then we have a 3-wave structure in a wave A, B, C. Common target for B is on the chart, and for a wave C, you want to see a 5-wave impulsive structure to the downside. We have additional resistance here for this wave B, sitting between 43.9K, 44.7K. And if we move down, we have the weekly 45 or 41.5K, and then we have 39.9 to 40.1K as additional support over here for this wave C, right? So that is quite interesting. Currently, we are hugging the resistance box here, the blue box sitting between 43.1, 43.2K, and retesting the white one that we passed already, 42.8K, 43K, right? So these are the areas of interest. The red line here is the point of control of this bit of the chart. We tested it once with a scam wick on my chart, but we actually didn't test it when you don't count that scam wick. So that is why it is still on my chart. Now, if price in this scenario, right, moves towards the upside for a B, we have to be very aware of potential continuation, right? And the reason for that is the daily gap. So on the daily time frame, we have a gap over here shown in many previous videos. We tested it once, rejected twice, 3 times, 4 times. We are just hugging this daily gap over here. The moment you're going to close, or at least take these highs and also start closing candles up here, does increase the probabilities to fill the gap. Now, as you know, this resistance area is in the middle of the gap, right? A little bit awkward. And also the target area for your B is in the middle of the gap as well. So therefore, when price moves up, we have to be very aware of continuation, meaning, as I always like to say, we have to observe the reaction and we want to see weakness. If we don't see weakness, if price moves to the upside, volume is increasing, there's no like ranges forming, there's just right? We just continue. There's no reason to look for a short here. We're just going to sit in the longs towards the upside, look for the high of the gap. If we do see weakness, if we see bearish signs, CVD, RSI, MACD, whatever you use, candlestick patterns, volume slowing down, whatever it is, it can be interesting to look for that wave C to the downside, right? So we have to take it as it comes, no? The high of the gap is at 45.5K. The most bullish as, so inside, let's start with this one. Inside this wave B, preferably we're looking for a zigzag structure. That is most common in a flat. If we look for an A, B, C, the most common pattern in a wave B is a zigzag structure in a 5-3-5 wave move. In this scenario, we are then looking for a finished A, potentially finished B, and a C to the upside, right? Now, as price came down, I mentioned it yesterday as well, or actually throughout the weekend. I don't think I have that. Was it this? Yeah, so I had this scenario. I got some folders here. So this is the scenario I also had during the weekend where I had you remember if you've been here more often, I had a W here, X and a Y down here, or you saw the A, the B and the C. Generally, however, during the weekend, we were looking for a bit of a move down. However, we also knew the support down here is not the greatest. So we got to observe the reaction, right? We had a golden pocket here, we had the gap, and we have a daily naked point of control just below, which we didn't hit. We actually bounced on the gap, nice support, moving towards the upside, right? Highest probability in this range in general for the past couple of days is price taking the highs first before taking the low. More about that coming though. So the bullish scenario, right, we are then looking for an ABC, 535. Highest probability for this first structure to the upside to be a 5-wave structure to the upside. Low probability that this here is a wave C, because the moment you get an impulse to the upside in 5 waves, right, you have to think, is this an A, 1 or C? That's important. Reason is, if this is a wave C, you expect further downside. If the probabilities are higher, this is a wave A or a wave 1, you expect a corrective structure before continuation to the upside in a C or 3. Depending on the move, we're going to check out what we get, no? That's explained in the morning video as well. A wave C here has a low probability. Reason is that if you have your wave A to the upside over here and then your wave B, you take a fib time from the low of A to the low of B. Wave C is not allowed, or at least should not be, longer than twice the length of A plus B. That is why the red fib time here is on the chart. Clearly, this high is made after the 2 fib time, which is not what we want to see, right? Of course, you can move around your potential start and finish, right? But in this scenario, it's not what we are looking for, right? This is not what we like to see for a flat structure. Wave C is very long. Increasing probabilities, this here is a 5-wave move. Another reason why the probabilities are higher, this was a 5-wave move, or is a 5-wave move, is because of, also here, because of this, where if we are looking for a WXY here, right, 3-wave move, wave Y did not hit the 0.618. Yes, this wick did, but this is like a scam wick, right? But the normal candles did not. The 0.618 would be a minimum target for a wave Y or for a wave C, right? So not hitting this is very rare. If you look at a 3-wave structure here, low probabilities, no? And then finally, if we are looking at the bearish scenario, then this first move to the upside has to then be a 3-wave structure in an A, B, C. But if this is a wave C, we have to count this as a 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a diagonal structure in 5. Expanding diagonals in general are very, very rare. Wave C is 3 times longer than wave A, which is low probability. And if this is an ending diagonal, wave 5 is longer than 3, okay? But wave 1 is also longer than 3, which is not allowed. So it lowers the probabilities for this to be a 3-wave move, increasing the probabilities. This is a 5-wave move, increasing the probabilities that we take the highs here first, before potentially at a later stage taking the low, which can happen with the flat scenario. No, an A, B, and then a wave C, 3-wave move up, and down we go. So that is the thought process behind the probabilities. Now, in the morning video, I also shortly explained, besides wave W being awkward, if you have a WXY here, inside X or B, so WX and then a triangle and Y finishing X or B, you want to look for impulsive structures to the downside. Impulse doesn't really work. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, lots of overlap, lots of 3-wave structures as well. Diagonal, retrace to high as well, and for a double 1, 2 already invalidated because we took this high here. So yeah, increases probabilities to take the highs before the lows. No? So yeah, some of the thoughts. Of course, that may have gone very quick, but these are some of the reasons why we were looking for price to move up instead of taking the lows first. From an Elliott Wave point of view, I think I mentioned this in the live stream yesterday. Any position here for me was not interesting, right? Because if we are looking for a flat in an A, B, C, right, and your target is here, it makes no sense. This is your invalidation Makes no sense to enter somewhere up here in the range, have a stop loss down here, and then have a target of like 1-to-1 with a bit of luck, right? Yes, it could continue to a 1-to-2, right? But probability-wise, we're looking for the flat at the moment. Reason being, we didn't yet hit this box, right? So that is why that is a higher probability scenario. So from an Elliott Wave point of view, it made sense to wait for a drop, which happened during the night for me. So that was unfortunate. But to wait for a drop to the downside so that the risk to reward ratio is better, no? With regards to probabilities. Now, of course, you need your own plan, your own strategy, your own count, your own stuff. I'm just explaining my thought process of, hey, when I would have traded Elliott Waves, this here, not interesting, right? It's way too high, way too high. Risk to reward ratio is shit. We're waiting for a move to the downside, want to observe some support, or just trade probabilities. Then you could have caught the wick potentially, but you know, this was during the night for me. When I woke up, we were already like hanging up here anyway. So yeah, I'm not part of this local move at least, but got some stuff going on anyway from other places. So yeah, that's that. No, the most bullish scenario is that the low here is in. This was a scenario that John came with in Discord and also during the live stream. Actually, I think like a couple of days ago during the weekend, pretty much, where A or 1, 2 or B are both finished, right? This is a scenario we have to keep in mind where we are already working on a wave C or even potentially a wave 3. Now in this scenario, wave 2 or B did not hit the 382 and is made before this 382 fib time. That's not ideal, but we have to make sure we keep it in mind. That is why we have preferred and alternative scenarios, right? If we get a move towards the upside and take the highs, we have to react. We're not going to be like, oh, it's going to be a flat 100% because we don't know. But if we do get a move to the upside, we're going to react and see what price does in the target area for a flat. If we do not see what we want to see, we're going to be looking for higher prices, and then we're going to be looking for this to be a low 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave move to the upside towards 46, 47k, no? We react as Elliott Waves. It's more important with Elliott Waves to be on the right direction, right? Be on the right side, either towards the up or the downside. And then as price is moving, we react on what price does. If volume increases and price is moving impulsively to the upside, we're going to wait for ranges to form. Because once a range forms, we get more clarity on what will happen next, right? And it also makes you more patient. Instead of being emotional attached to high impulsive moves, waiting for the ranges will help you, which means that if price does move up, right, you wait for a range. Yes, it does mean you're not going to get out maybe at the exact high. But who cares? It's about taking the 40%, 50%, 60% to the upside. And you have to live with the fact that price might give back a bit, but then continue after potentially, right? Or it goes down, but then, yeah, you close a little bit lower, but still better way of trading with Elliott Waves as well. It's more secure to wait for the ranges generally. CVD divergences, we do have bullish CVD. Target here is the high, right? We're pretty close, 43.5k. There's also news, so make sure you trade safe, 4 p.m. Central European time. We got some stuff going on. I have no idea what this means, but it's a red flag and it's a 3-star high impact thing. So at 4 p.m., make sure you trade safe because we might get some volatility. Now I want to zoom into the lower time frames and explain why I mentioned the potential, at least, for another low. Which may be not that. Yeah, I removed a little bits and pieces from my chart earlier, but that's no problem. We're going to use this one. Okay, so, right. We are looking here for B to either be in or another low for B. Daily naked point of control is then the main area of interest. That is then the, of course, that's the last support, right? For the ones, if you did manage to find a position here, I mean, no financial advice, but it makes sense to manage it well, right? at least. So even if price goes here, you're not losing because, you know, you at least have a solid move to the upside. But if we look at Elliott waves here, we can put this wave A at two positions, no? Here on the left or here on the right. Now this structure is a little bit of a pain in the ass to recount. So what I'm going to do is actually do this. This was the probabilities earlier in the morning, low time frame and micro exactly the same. Locally, I had a question mark here. I was like, hey, might there be the potential for one more low? And I'll explain why, which had to do with, let me open the pictures. Actually, that one. Yes, just that one. Okay. I can also put it, of course, on stream in a second. It's blurry. I know the picture is blurry. I'm zoomed in here. This is the ideal, but I'm zooming in just so you know. We can put it on the chart in a second. So if we look for an A here, what am I doing? Why not just put it on the chart? Whatever. Whoops. Give me a minute here. And let's actually make it a little bit nicer for you as well. Elliott waves in action. Remove this for a second. Up, up. There we go. This is the alternative. Right? In both cases, either if you look for continuation, you're of course looking for impulsive structures, right? You're looking for price to move towards the upside above the 1.618 here. But this is the alternative where, as mentioned in the morning updates video, where are the probabilities here? I added the last bit here later after the video. But what I mentioned in the video is that no, it wasn't in the probabilities. What I mentioned at the very end of the video, right? I said we are now at the blue resistance. So, right, there is the potential for price coming down. I didn't go in detail explaining why that is because of time. But this is why. So we are now at the resistance area here, right? That's what I said at the end. There is the potential for a move down if we see weakness, right? If we see weakness. At the moment, we don't yet see anything going on here, right? Not on a CVD perspective. We are now ranging below resistance. So far, so good. We also at the moment are still above the white box, right? We retested the white box. So you first have to lose this one, really. Maybe see some more like bearish CVD divergences, which we don't have at the moment. But it is worth keeping this scenario in mind. That's what we're doing, right? And then we observe the reaction to know what happens next. Now, in this scenario, we would be looking for another move down where this is your high of A or 1. Right? You're going to be looking for a 3-wave structure in a B or 2, and then you look for a move up in a C or a 3. In this case, we have a diagonal over here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Credits to Stuba, who came up with the... because when I was live, I think yesterday or something, Stuba was cooking, so he was looking for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or... Yeah, it was in the evening, so I wasn't on the chart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I saw it. And then you have a potential wave A here for a flat in B and a C to the downside towards the daily naked point of control. If price then comes down here, guess what? We observe the reaction and wait patiently to see what happens here. Because what I said in the morning update, it is quite difficult to end a corrective structure with this low here. I'm not a fan. If we are looking for an ending, let me actually just quickly put this in a stuff folder. If we say this low over here is the end of a wave B or 2, and we are looking for a move up, right? If we have our wave A here, we are looking for a WXY or an ABC. So if we would look for a W, X, and a Y, your W is a zigzag. X took the high over here of your W, which means that your wave Y has pretty much two options, a flat or a triangle. Now a triangle was a possibility if this is your X here and they have an A, B, C, D, but then we move down. That's not allowed in a wave E. Triangle doesn't work, and a flat wave B over here, if you're looking for a triangle in an A, B, and a C, or a flat in wave Y, at no time did a wave B retrace high enough. We got moves down, but the moves up did not retrace high enough, the 0.9. So putting wave A here with a WXY, okay, we can't end it here. Okay, next option, ABC, 3 wave in a smaller degree A. Then we are looking for a wave B, flat structure. Now we look for a wave C. This is what Stuba had. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The reason what you want your low to be here in that case is because else your 5 is so long. So if you take a trend-based fib, let me put this 1, 2, 3, 4, and you have your 5 here. Trend-based fib extension from the high of 3 to the low of 3 to the high of 4, toggle on the 1 to 1. And you can see wave 5 is longer than wave 3, which in a contracting diagonal is not allowed. So it makes it a bit difficult to end it here, right? Unless your wave B by itself, A, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. This is your B. And then you need to look for a 5-wave structure in a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? And then this here, that is your final 5-wave move to the downside. That's the only way I can get this low to be the low. It's not easy. You see, it's a difficult structure because the end here is not a nice diagonal or like impulsive structure, but you then have a 3 up, and then a final like 3 to the downside pretty much, no? Where you then have here 3 up. So you're going to be looking for something like this. It's ugly, very ugly. You know what I mean? 3 is longer than 1, which means 5 can be longer than 3 in this case, which is then also the case, which means we're then looking for an expanding ending diagonal in a wave C. So pump, 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 and then you have your A, and then you have your B, and then you have your C. And ta-da, and then we do this, and then we do that, and that, and then that, and then that, and then puff, puff. Voila. That's the only way for me I can end something here. So yeah, and then B is a triangle, running triangle, by the way. Reason that it's running is because, wait, A, B, C. No, it's not a normal triangle, not a running triangle. So yeah, and then we of course expect continuation to the upside. Continuation can of course mean in waves, no, but then you want to see a continuation to the upside. So this is the stuff that I left out in the morning video because as you can imagine, it's complex stuff. I prefer to be live to explain my thoughts instead of in a 10-minute video where it gets too confusing, it's too long, takes too much time, and it doesn't really add something to the video, right? So yeah, this is important. Let me make this stuff too. Stuff too. There we go. So not easy to end something there if you put your wave A over here, right? Because then you would expect at least another move down for a flat structure. At least you have the daily naked point of control here for a move up. And in this scenario, you can have a finished structure. it doesn't change the probabilities, right? That even we are looking for this to be higher probability as a 5-wave structure, which means probabilities are higher to take the highs here before thinking about the lows, and that is just probabilities. But this is the thought process on the lower time frame. So yeah, now you know. Now you know. Sometimes I don't want to make things too complex, you know what I mean? Because I'm afraid people can't follow. So that's why I prefer to be live, so that I can explain more. So yeah, now we are, as mentioned, at resistance. So it's worth observing this resistance now, because now we know, based on what I just explained, it's a potential wave C target area of a flat. So if we do see weakness here, or we see a bigger move, rejection, retracement, bearish CVDs, or we lose support, and yeah, we might be looking for the daily naked point of control. But if we range here for a longer period of time, start building some bullish CVDs, then yeah, we can as well just push through. At the moment, we don't have any big bearish CVDs going on, right? Only on the 5-min on yellow, lower high on price, higher high, but this one already played out. Higher lows, lower lows. Higher low, do we have it on yellow as well? Lower low. Little bit of a just range. Give it some time, right? Give it some time. So that is it. And now we continue to observe. Whoops, how are you doing, everyone? Let me have a look at when I started the analysis so that I can put it in my pinned comment. We were chatting. Oh wait, I have to do minus. I can't see that here in my. I can only go to minus. I don't know how long I was in the video for. Then when did I start my analysis? Oh, that's the bad thing, I suppose, about the stream timer, the stream thing. So let me have a quick look, just checking. We started on the. Okay, so we pretty much started minus 27-ish. Minus 28, which is 7 to 8 minutes in. $18 minutes left, yeah. Now chatting in Q&A. Puff. And let me quickly do this, fan funding, and then go back. Not top chat, live chat, because now I can pin it. Found a hack. There we go. So I don't have any problems with the logos here, with the heart, the emojis. Something else, by the way, you may have seen before I jump into this part. So here you can now see that I have the about section, right? And that we have an updated banner. So here what you can see now is the banner, I just do it like this, is that you have daily Bitcoin updates, morning, afternoon, evening. So in the afternoon, we are planning to be live, right? Live streams in the afternoon, evening, a video / live stream. Depends a little bit. Most commonly, it will be a video though. So we have here, evening, a video or a live stream, usually a video. Afternoon, a live stream, sometimes a video. And this is depending on your reaction that I receive. So in Discord as well, I wrote this in Koen's updates, where I said, based on the feedback that I got on live streams and people asking and comments and questions, I'm planning to do live streams on a daily basis whenever I have time. If I cannot analyze at a certain step, right? Like if I don't have time for a video or stuff, that I update you through either the YouTube community post section. Where do I write that? I didn't write it. Oh, here. I wrote it here. So either the YouTube community post section, Discord, and I also write it in a comment section of the previous video. So just so you know. So yeah, that is an update. And we are working on the shorts as well with Arbuzny Sok as well. And he made this short. And I think it's nice to at least show you. This is an idea. I know Elliott Waves is written wrong, but he made this very quickly. Just as he was just trying stuff. It's a horizontal video. I know it's not a vertical one, but just for the sake of like showing it to you, I just want to see what you think, no? Why did you choose Elliott Wave above other trading methods? Good question. The reason I like Elliott Waves is because it helps me to read price action. So instead of me looking at a chart and just seeing candles and just lines, I can read it like it's a book, you know what I mean? My eyes cannot stop counting anymore. I like to know what's going on, but it's very difficult for me to know what's going on if I don't know Elliott Waves. And another thing I like about Elliott Waves is the probabilities for future price action, which really helps. It does give you a good idea of what to expect. And Elliott Waves is also psychology. So there's a lot of psychology between the waves as people buy and sell. But the main thing for me as a person is that I'm not in the dark. I can see and read price action. Sound. Thanks, Douwe. So Arbuzny Sok, everyone, made this short. I did not ask. I did not like. He was like, "Yeah, I'm just having some fun. I'm just gonna do something." And I had no idea what he was prepping. But he took a part of the live stream where I answer questions, turned it into a short with all of the animation. I know that Elliott Waves is with double T. We know. I gave the feedback, but. The general way of the short is amazing. When I saw it, it's incredible. So that is Arbuzny Sok here. He did that. So really impressed when I saw that. Very cool, man. Very cool, and I'm happy that all of you like it as well. So I think that style is incredible. And what I also like, Arbuzny Sok and everyone here, is you always ask questions, and I love live streams and interaction. So I also really enjoy seeing that you took a part of a live stream, because the live stream is the interaction I have with you, right? I don't have that through the videos. So it's very nice that at the beginning you put the chat below my webcam, which also shows the interaction, which I'm a fan of. Maybe because I'm from the gaming and esports industry, but yeah, very impressed. Very impressed. That was really cool. So, okay, we have everyone. I am gonna say we have 18 minutes, max 15, let's say 15 minutes for chatting before I have to go. Because I have a speaking gig in Amsterdam for the University of Amsterdam for a whole class. Of students that are following the study direction, like the minor/major gaming and esports, and I am always the opening talk of the 6 months that they are going to study. So I'm always the first speaker to introduce them to the industry. So I literally can't stay for longer. Just so you know. Cool. Let's have a look. What have you been cooking? What's up, Mark? Mark, thanks. Wait, how you doing? 5:54 p.m. 6 p.m. That's a nice time. So you also live towards the east from the Netherlands. p.m. Mark, we're going to go bullish. Probabilities are high to first take the highs before the lows. Yeah. Bangladesh, India, close to India. Indian food is good, absolutely. I've never been to India yet, yo. Koen's really good trader and is on really early news. Thanks, Wade. Appreciate it. Christian Swenson, welcome. Oi. And Bruno Castro, also good to have you here. What's up, Bruno? What's up, Christian? Welcome, both of you. Bettina, what's up? You should visit one time or your free time. Be honest, you will get everything. Best of luck, brother. One day. I've never been to the Indian side of the world yet there. I've been more east and of course more west, but never in that like time zone area. One day. Day one. Nego Alex, welcome. Mr. Seep, what's up? Good evening from snowing Tokyo. Is it still snowing there, Oise? It still is. It's getting warmer here in the Netherlands now, at least. Had opens up the low to be finished there with a zigzag in Y. Yeah, the final leg down. Yeah, either looking for a 5 wave or some awkward an awkward zigzag here. What's up, Christian? Welcome from Switzerland, where undoubtedly there's also snowy mountains. Band-Aid, maybe a Band-Aid. How you doing? Welcome. Always there, as well as, of course, with Mark. First one to react. Nick K, Kevin, welcome. How do you find naked point of controls? What are CVDs? For the CVD, I would ask you to check out the video that I have on my channel. If you go to videos and you look for CVD, you will learn everything about CVD in this video here. So that would be the way to go. And also what CVD is. CVD is market buying, market selling. So if you go to the Good to Know channel in Discord, the one page here also gives you information about what CVD is and how to use it. And you can use my template. Here's the link. Here's the template, right? With the steps on how to get it. Now, the other question that you had here was naked point of controls. Couple of ways, right? You can use Atas. Atas is an external software which you can download. So you go to Atas here, professional trading and analytical platform. And you can download this for free. Atas Crypto, here it is, right? Atas Crypto, and you can just download this. And I, in Discord, have templates, which is still not uploaded to the Good to Know channel. Oh. So here we go. You just search for Atas in Discord. You see this Atas with my templates. Click here and you can download the templates. That's how you can find point of controls. But what I recommend, if you don't want to like shit around with external softwares, then there's also an indicator from Leviathan called Market Sessions and Volume Profile. If I click on it, then what you get is this. The red line is the point of control of the previous day. So this is the naked point of control, right? The red line here, I found it on Atas, but this is probably your best alternative. The upper blue line is value area high, lower blue line is value area low, red line is the point of control, right? This is on the daily, but you can also set this on weekly and stuff here. Right, so you can find point of control. Probably this is your best second option here. And then you can pull stuff with a volume profile, right? But that takes a lot of time. So then you got to pull a volume profile from the start to the end of the day. And yeah, but that takes more time than opening the indicator. Screenshot in general Discord, please. Ah. Yeah. Scammers, just make sure I also hear, you know, they're active, but you guys know. You guys have a brain, right? You're not a scammer, you don't get baited. I also pinned this comment now. Because and I spoke to Mark Dutch about it. He's here in the YouTube live, right? And he sees the same at any other channel. So it's just a bit of the way it is, I suppose. But yeah, we do have some protections, but there's scammers with fake account names, not my name, but other names, normal names. It's very difficult to detect them, of course. Keep waiting for 41.8. 41.8 is, that's just below the low there, or 45.46 to take a longer at the short, and I'm getting bored. Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, it's been a sideways range for you for quite a while, no? Yeah, but patience is key. As mentioned, we are now at the resistance, right? We are at resistance. This is resistance. I want no financial advice. I don't want to say that. So we are at resistance, and yeah, a bit of bearish CVD that already played out. And now we just got to remain patient and see what we get, right? We have covered the scenario of moving to the daily naked point of control here. So yeah, we also covered the other scenarios, right? If this is your WXY here, low probabilities because Y didn't hit the 0.618. That would be the only scenario if you have a Y here, that this can be a wave A or 1, flat in 2 or B, and then a C or 3 down. So it's just like we're prepared and we are at resistance. So we have to flip this blue box to kind of move to the next one. No? So patience here. Where should I start giving my first steps on technical analysis? Tiago Santos, welcome. First steps on TA is probably join a community, right? Just go to, we have a public Discord and try interacting with people. And also while you do so, make sure to use the tools in TradingView, right? Check them out, learn how to use them by asking questions to people or, you know, YouTube videos. And get the hang of the free tools that TradingView offers. And that would be a good start. But a community really helps. Community really helps. Everyone really happy with the short. That's great. Do you analyze altcoins as part of your keen to? Yes. No. Yes. The answer is yes. That's also written in the gold section. In gold, we have a weekly stream, feedback and Q&A. And if people ask me questions about alts, I do alts. Yeah, absolutely. We've done many alts in gold as well, where if I go to, wait, where is it? The playlist, coin coverage. Like this is mainly high time frame stuff, right? But yeah, people ask me about things. And then in gold, that's where I have the time and take the time to analyze potentially other coins as well. But for YouTube, we are mainly focused on Bitcoin, and the time during the gold live stream is specifically dedicated to gold questions, right? And on the live stream, we're of course focused on Bitcoin on the channel. So I generally focus on Bitcoin. However, there is a big altcoin stream still being planned for the channel. I think that once in a while I should do a big altcoin stream. Can you talk about the 1 minute chart? The 1 minute chart from an Elliott Wave point of view, you got to ask John for that one, but that's not a time frame that is interesting to me. I prefer to stick around on a 15-minute max. So that is more like my time frame. I mean, if we look at the 1 minute, then what am I, what am I looking for here? You could have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here, right? 5 wave structure. That can be either a wave A or a wave 1. And then you look for a corrective structure, move towards the downside in a C or a wave 3. But what I prefer to look at on a 15-minute is simply resistance, potential support here, no, to the downside as well. And let price range, let it go sideways, observe what happens, check the CVDs, and then take it from there. The 1 minute is not really the place I wanna be. You're going to a LAN party. Shh. I'm almost done with the analysis video. Ooh, looking forward to it. Thanks, Abusni Sok. I'm curious. I'll probably be in a train or in Amsterdam when I see it. But there are all traders in Diamond. That's correct. But in Diamond, people trade my strategy on alts or their own strategy on alts. But alts is traded, yes. Jemsai, what's up? How you doing? Danada, take a lot of care to your travel. Bon voyage. Thanks, Danada Jim. Are you from France? It's Mark sent me here. He's sending everyone here. He's the cheerleader of the channel. Can you draw a fake out from all-time high till now and say what you think? That would be a wave B. I don't even have to draw it. Fake out at the all-time high and then a move towards the downside would be a flat structure where the move from 69k to 15k is your wave A. You're going to be looking for a 3-wave structure to the upside in B and a 5-wave move to the downside in a wave C. At least if you think about a macro fake out with a wave C going below 15k. Of course, you can take the all-time high and then continue ranging for a while, which can just be another 1-2 or a wave 4 for continuation later. But if you talk about a fake out on a high time frame and price dumping, really like moving down a lot, right, to much lower prices, 30, 20, 10, you need a ABC flat there. Not high probabilities at the moment. No. Every channel has them. I just auto block literally every. Yeah, it's you can barely do anything. So board keeping getting sleepy of it. Yeah. Make the call. Don't forget. There he is making the call. Welke broker is the best in Nederland? What's up, my name mate? So personally, I already use BingX for a very long period of time. In the Netherlands, you can use it non-KYC. Same for other countries. It has non-KYC and you can KYC if you want, but not in the Netherlands. But I've been using that for a very, very long time, which is also the reason why it's the partner of the channel, because I only want to have partners I use or have done a lot of research on. So that's why the link below in the description or in the comments, the pinned comment I post, those are of course links then towards the BingX platform. Which of course I have to say are affiliate links, right? So if you register, you also support the channel. If you don't want to support the channel but do check out BingX, then you can just Google, of course. So yeah, we have always lots of campaigns going on. Other brokers, I don't really know too much. You have, of course, Bybit, Woo, Femmex, Qcoin, Binance. I think Binance is a problem in the Netherlands. So yeah, I don't know. I use BingX myself. Yeah, 66.2 to 45.2. Yeah, flat. If you well, 66 is not taking the high, but if you go to 66, you hit the 886, which means any move down has a high probability of being a C or a Y. But there's not really a scenario that. Yeah, that would be a zigzag. If you don't take the high, you move down. It might be a zigzag or a regular flat. No, Maxi is also one, yeah. 3 Mings, I know. BingX is leaving the Netherlands. Yeah, but you can still KYC or trade there non-KYC. So I prefer to use that for now. So yeah, no problemo at the moment. I think it's like a government thing, but you can, or at least as far as I have understood from the managers at BingX that I talk with, is one can still trade there, no problem, but only non-KYC. Or VPNs, I'm actually not even sure. That's something that Americans do a lot, of course, using the VPNs. I won't go into FTM USDT at the moment. I gotta go. Like Mark is also saying, I have to move because I have to speak in Amsterdam. So tonight there will be another update, of course, probably closer to 8 p.m. I guess, because of being in Amsterdam during the day. The reason I have to go is because I have to speak at the University of Amsterdam. As a speaking gig, so I have to travel in a few minutes. I have to leave the house and go to Amsterdam. So as a global keynote speaker, I will sometimes speak at such events like today. So thanks for being here. Thanks for watching as well. Trade safe. Right, keep an eye on the news at 4 p.m. Central European time, because we have some high impact news coming. So make sure you trade safe. We are now at resistance, right? We want to see that flip. I have the link in the description underneath like my live trading view chart, right? You can see what I have on. I will leave the blue box on. The link is accessible. So if you click on that link, you will open my chart. You can see everything I do there, which won't be much in the coming hours, but at least you know where the box is. So yeah, thanks for hanging around, and I will see you at the next live stream, which now is a daily thing. And I'll catch you later. So cheers, bye everyone.